We've all been there, reaching for that quick fix, be it a sugary treat or a bowl of pasta, when the afternoon slump hits hard. But here's the kicker. Those refined carbs that give you an instant pick-me-up often lead to an energy crash soon after. Whether it's because they're sneaky comfort foods or simply a habit we've formed over years, saying goodbye to refined carbohydrates can feel like an uphill battle. But the truth is, once you understand the psychological grip these foods have, breaking free becomes easier. Let's dive into the world of refined carbs, why they're so addictive, and how you can start choosing healthier options today. What are refined carbohydrates? Refined carbohydrates sounds technical, but it's something we encounter daily, often without even realizing it. Think of those fluffy pastries, sugary cereals, white bread, and even some so-called healthy snacks. Refined carbs are grains and sugars that have been processed, stripping away the fiber, nutrients, and anything beneficial, leaving behind simple sugars and starches. These carbs digest quickly, flooding your bloodstream with glucose and causing a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. The result? A burst of energy that doesn't last long, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling drained. Here's the kicker. Because refined carbohydrates are everywhere, from your favorite bagel shop to that box of crackers in your pantry, they've become an easy go-to. But while they're convenient, they offer little nutritional value. Dr. Robert Lustig, a leading expert on nutrition, notes, refined sugars and carbs are the single biggest threat to our health today. The problem lies not just in their prevalence, but in how they affect your body and mind, often leading to weight gain, insulin resistance, and even mood swings. Why reducing refined carbs feels so hard. Let's be honest, it's tough to break up with refined carbs. And it's not just because they taste good, though they really do. The reality is that refined carbs trigger a dopamine response in your brain, similar to the way addictive substances work. This makes you crave them even more. When you eat something like a donut, your brain gets a quick hit of pleasure, reinforcing the urge to reach for that next sweet treat. It's a classic example of what psychologists call a reward loop. The more you indulge, the more your brain reinforces the behavior. Social pressures don't help either. Picture this. You're at a party, surrounded by platters of cookies, chips, and cakes. It's challenging to resist, especially when everyone else seems to be enjoying them without a second thought. But that's the thing with refined carbohydrates. They're designed to be hyper-palatable, meaning they're engineered to hit that sweet spot that keeps you coming back for more. Breaking free from this cycle can feel almost impossible. But understanding the psychology behind your cravings is the first step to regaining control. Instead of reaching for a quick sugar fix, consider whether you're actually hungry or just seeking comfort. Awareness helps break that automatic response, opening up healthier options. Not all carbohydrates are created equal. On one hand, you have refined carbs, those sneaky sugars and processed grains that are stripped of all their nutrients. On the other, you've got unrefined carbs, which are whole, nutrient-rich, and full of fiber. Think of it this way. Refined carbs are like empty promises, giving you a quick high followed by an inevitable crash. Unrefined carbs, however, are the steady, reliable partner you can count on. They release sugar slowly into your bloodstream, keeping your energy levels stable. Let's break down the science a bit. The glycemic index, GI, measures how quickly carbohydrates in food convert into glucose in your bloodstream. Foods like white rice, sugary cereals, and soft drinks have a high GI, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. This can leave you feeling jittery at first, followed by a crash that leaves you tired and craving another sugar hit. In contrast, foods with a low GI, like oats, quinoa, and leafy greens, are digested more slowly, offering a steady release of energy. Then there's the glycemic load, which takes portion sizes into account. A food might have a high GI, but if you consume only a small amount, its overall impact on your blood sugar is lower. For example, watermelon has a high GI but a low GL because it's mostly water. Understanding both these metrics can help you make smarter choices, especially if you're looking to keep energy levels stable throughout the day. How to switch to complex carbs. Switching from refined carbs to complex, unrefined options doesn't have to feel like a daunting task. Start small, perhaps by swapping out that morning bagel for a bowl of oatmeal topped with nuts and berries. Or, instead of reaching for that white pasta at dinner, try whole grain or chickpea pasta. The trick is to make gradual changes that don't feel like you're giving up your favorite foods. That way, you're more likely to stick with it long term. It helps to think of unrefined carbs as your long term allies. These foods, like brown rice, sweet potatoes, and whole grains, are packed with fiber, which slows down digestion and keeps you full longer. Plus, they're loaded with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that refined carbs simply don't offer. By gradually incorporating these complex carbs into your diet, you can improve not just your physical health, but your mental clarity as well. Research shows that diets rich in whole foods can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, boosting overall mood and energy levels. Ready to make the switch? Here are some practical tips to help you choose healthier carbohydrates. Read labels carefully. If sugar or white flour is one of the first ingredients, it's likely a refined carb. Focus on whole foods. Go for foods that don't come with an ingredient list. Think fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Embrace variety. Instead of relying on the same carbs every day, mix it up with options like quinoa, farro, or bulgur for different textures and flavors. Stay hydrated. Sometimes, sugar cravings are just your body's way of asking for water. A glass of water can curb that urge for a sugary snack. Plan your meals. When you're hungry, you're more likely to reach for whatever is quick and easy. Having whole food options prepped can prevent those slip-ups. By being mindful and making these conscious swaps, you're setting yourself up for better health and a more balanced relationship with food. It's not about restriction, but about choosing foods that truly nourish your body and mind. We all know sugar makes everything taste better, but here's the harsh reality. Added sugars are just empty calories. They provide no nutritional benefits, just quick energy that doesn't last. And the worst part? They lurk in places you'd never expect, like salad dressings, pasta sauces, and even bread. Consuming too much added sugar not only leads to weight gain, but can also increase the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. The issue with added sugars is that they hijack your body's natural hunger cues, making you crave more even when you're full. This creates a vicious cycle where you're constantly looking for that next sweet fix. According to the American Heart Association, men should consume no more than 36 grams, 9 teaspoons of added sugar per day, while women should stick to 25 grams, 6 teaspoons. Yet the average American consumes nearly double that amount daily. Here's a sobering fact. Sugar-sweetened beverages are the leading source of added sugar in the diet. Even that healthy smoothie you picked up might be packed with hidden sugars. It's about being aware and making informed choices, because those sugary splurges can slowly add up without you realizing it. Feeling overwhelmed by how much sugar sneaks into your diet? Don't worry. Making small changes can lead to big results. Here are some simple strategies to help cut down on sugar. Start your day right. Swap out sugary cereals for oatmeal topped with fresh fruits and a sprinkle of cinnamon. This way, you'll avoid a sugar spike first thing in the morning. Be mindful of beverages. Instead of sugary sodas and store-bought juices, opt for water, herbal teas, or flavored sparkling water. You'd be amazed at how much sugar you can cut by simply switching what you drink. Choose whole fruits over fruit juices. While fruit juices may seem healthy, they're often stripped of fiber and packed with added sugars. Eating the whole fruit provides fiber, helping to slow down the sugar absorption. Spice it up. Instead of adding sugar to your coffee or yogurt, try flavoring it with natural spices like vanilla, cinnamon, or nutmeg. These add a touch of sweetness without the extra calories. Be snack smart. Keep healthy snacks like nuts, seeds, and fresh fruits on hand. This way, when cravings strike, you're less likely to reach for that candy bar. It's all about progress, not perfection. Small, consistent changes to your diet can significantly reduce your sugar intake over time. And remember, it's okay to treat yourself occasionally. Just aim to make those treats more of a conscious choice rather than a mindless habit. Ever feel deceived when you find out your healthy snack is loaded with sugar? That's because added sugars often hide behind sneaky names on ingredient lists. Terms like high fructose corn syrup, agave nectar, cane juice, and even evaporated cane juice are just fancy ways of saying sugar. To make matters worse, some foods labeled as low fat often compensate for the loss of flavor with, you guessed it, extra sugar. Reading labels can feel like decoding a secret language. But here's a quick tip: ingredients are listed in order of quantity, so if any form of sugar is among the first few ingredients, you might want to rethink that choice. Also, look for foods that have less than 5 grams of sugar per serving. Another helpful tool is to check the nutrition facts panel for added sugars. As of 2020, the FDA requires food manufacturers to disclose the amount of added sugars in their products. This makes it easier for you to differentiate between naturally occurring sugars, like those in fruits and dairy, and the sugars added during processing.